Let's talk about the courses. Let's start with the half marathon.
Okay, let me pull that up here. And again, if you're not able to see my screen on the YouTube video and you are just driving along, you can always look later on the event guide.
We're super excited that these are USATF certified and sanctioned as well.
Yes, they are. Okay. This is a map of the hub area, a little different look than the map that I just showed you, but this is Ride with GPS. So you can pull that map up and look at this just like I am. The start finish area is here in this huge parking lot. You will run out onto Jackson Park Road, which turns into 4th Avenue, and you'll head out of the park here on Glover Street that turns into 4th Avenue. You'll take a right and then a left, and this is Market Street here, Maple Street, I believe, by the railroad area. You'll take a right, you'll head down 7th Avenue, and you'll be hugging the right side of the road as you go down. There will be a lead biker as well for both events. So if you're fast, you'll be following along behind them. Here, once you get down to the Greenway, you will follow the Greenway straight. And hopefully you guys aren't getting dizzy as I do this. Past mile 2, about mile 2.4, that's where the course split is at. So right here, and I'm zoomed in as much as I can on this map, but there's a kiosk here for the Ocklawaha Greenway. It's a beautiful flower bed area. They have a kiosk with a map that shows more about the trail. So half marathon runners, you just keep going straight the whole way to the end of this Greenway, and it's absolutely beautiful through here. It's flat until you get to right here, and then this is a Stinker Hill. Amy, I know you're going to ask me about that. So that's the Stinker Hill right there.
It's not a long one though. It is a Stinker Hill, but it's not very long.
It's not long. It's just a stinker. You got to keep those in there to make it interesting. We're not in Florida. We're here in Western North Carolina. So then you keep rolling along. You'll pass an aid water station. There's porta-johns here as well. You'll pass that, and you will do a turnaround before you get to Balfour Road. Do your turnaround, and then you follow your steps, and you run back to this kiosk. You'll run around this side of the kiosk. Here, it's like a big triangle, and then you take a right. After you've gone around it, and then you come here, there will be a timing mat along the way to check your splits, make sure you've done the course, and you will go around, take a right and go around the William King Memorial Park ball field. There's porta-johns over here. And you will run around this ball field, and as you are running, you'll see 7th Avenue where you came down before. You'll see that on your right. And you're on this little path here. It's narrow. And when you get to this spot by the water station, by 7th Avenue, this starts your second loop. So the half marathoners are going to go and repeat what they just did that first time. So they did a whole loop of that Greenway. They're going to go back, and you're going to do it again. So you're going to go back down to that kiosk, stay straight, keep running on the Greenway, go up the Stinker Hill, go past the aid station, turn around, come back, follow the Greenway, take a right at the kiosk, take a left here, and then a right. So you're basically just going around that kiosk. And then you come back down towards this ball field at the Greenway. You take a right here, go around the ball field by the porta-johns. And after you've done that loop that second time, you're finished with the Greenway. And it's time for you to take your right turn. And that's at about mile 11.7. We will have signs out there that say, check your watch. Make sure you've done your 11.7. And just so you know, volunteers will be out there, but they have no way to tell you if you've done 2 loops or not. You have to know if you've done those 2 loops, because there's no way for them to know that, what you've done. We had some people last year asking some of the volunteers, and if you get to this point and you are at mile 6.6, that means you have not gone far enough. You need to go back and do that loop one more time. Okay. Because you're going to cheat yourself and we'll end up disqualifying you once we look at the timing locations on the course. Once you're done, you're at about 11.7, 11.8. You're going to cross the street and you're going to run up the side of the road facing traffic, the same side you came down, because there's a sidewalk over there. So you're going to run on that side of the road. You'll come back down Maple Street by the train depot. You'll do a couple little side streets here. You'll come back 4th Avenue. And here's where it's a little different than when you started the race. You're going to take a right and you're going to hop on the greenway. Here, there'll be a volunteer. There'll be signs. There's another little stinker hill right here. Don't hate me, please. You're almost done. You'll take a right onto the street. You'll stay within the cones that we have out for you to protect you from the cars, and then Jackson Park Road to the finish. Okay.
Downhill finish, little stinker hill, but downhill finish. Yes,
absolutely. The difference between that course, hold on just a second, let me pull the other one up, and the 8K. Okay, can you see that, Amy?
Got it. Yep.
The start of the race, exactly the same. The difference between the 8K race, you're doing the same, going by that same water station in the beginning, running along the greenway here. When you get to this kiosk, 8Kers, when you get to the kiosk, you're going to take a left, run around that kiosk, and head back. The half marathoners don't do that. The half marathoners, when they get to this kiosk, they keep running down the greenway straight. So this is a very important course split right here. And if you have a chance to run it ahead of time or go down there and look, we'll have signs, but it's up to you to make that turn, 8K folks. We'll have volunteers, but our volunteers, they've practically tackled runners before, because they'll have headphones on, they're not listening, you're in the zone. I get it. Like, I've raced, I get it. You just get in your own world. But 8Kers, if you're not wanting to run the half marathon course, I suggest you take a left here and come back, because your loop is finished. So you come back down the greenway here, you're at mile 3, and then you come around that ball field, just like I just showed the half marathoners. There's the porta-johns. You run around here, and instead of going back like the half does to do the loop again, you don't have to do that. You just take a right and you come up 7th Avenue to the finish. And so those are the 2 differences of the 8K. The ending is exactly the same as the half. But those are the couple differences that you need to know about that are very important. Any questions on that, Amy?
I'm just glad the 8K doesn't have that big stinker hill that the half has.
No, not that bad. The elevation, it's 213 for the 8K, and for the half, it's 400 feet of elevation, which, I mean, for our area,
that's good.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. And I would just reiterate that the greenway is open to the public. The paved parts are open to cars. So just because we're doing this race doesn't mean the world stops in Hendersonville for us. So we want to be good stewards. We want to be able to come back. So it's important that you stay to the right of the road, don't hog the whole thing. In the beginning of the race, we're going to take up more space, but as the race gets going, stay to the right, especially as you're doing the half marathon. You're starting 30 minutes later, and so 8K folks are going to be coming back towards you. So you really want to be separated and let them have their space, scoot over, stay to the right as they're coming back so that you both have room on the greenway and on the road. That would be the biggest thing I would say with this one. And cheer them on. That's one of the really cool things about this double loop half marathon course is it's very spectator friendly, very runner friendly, from the standpoint of you're not going to be out there on your own or alone. Yes, it's a boutique, it's a smaller race, it's not 40,000 people through a city, but it's a great chance to give people high fives and encouragement along the way and see people and just be out there for your community.